Community servers have long been the savior of DayZ, especially considering that hackers can just make official whatever they want. However, one of the more well-known community servers, Spaggies, is getting into a bit of controversy today, banning players that aren't even playing their server. Now, if you ask me, this starts getting a little bit into like it's definitely power trippy, but I mean, god damn, he didn't even. According to this guy, he didn't even go into the Discord. He said he's sending emails and shit. But he's saying that this stems from a Reddit post, presumably from this r/DayZ subreddit, in which he says, the original post says, looking for good vanilla servers. I'm trying to find some good high-pop vanilla servers. I come from Xbox, so I'm not a big fan of modded servers. That's completely understandable. So he starts throwing around basically vanilla Karma Crew Spaggies. But Karma Crew and basically vanilla kind of suck. Yeah, it's hard to find a good vanilla server that doesn't suck because sometimes they will add certain things to it and it's not literally a vanilla server. But so, like what you want here mostly is you want a vanilla server, like an official server, of course, but you want like actual moderation. You know, you want to play the fucking game and not have a hacker kill you from across the map. You know what I mean? But it's just really hard to do, apparently. And so this guy gives his opinion. He says, yeah, I mainly just play Spaggies, but during the day or week, the server is pretty dead. Spaggies is the one. People are, yeah. Day 1, 0. They're making some recommendations. However, the Spaggies guy is taking offense to that. It looks like you've been bad-mouthing us on Reddit, which apparently violates the server rules. But we don't even know if the guy fucking plays on the Spaggy server. Like I'm presuming he tested it after he got that email, and I mean it does say go to like spaggy.com, but I mean like look at this shit, man. So let's go through the actual post here. I tried playing Spaggies recently after a long break from DayZ, but when I tried to join it said I was banned. I didn't know why I could have been banned because I'm not someone to glitch, combat log, or say slurs. So I requested it unban while also asking why I got banned. I got an email a few days later saying I was banned for bad-mouthing the server on Reddit. Didn't really remember even talking about the server. But then I went onto my Reddit account and the worst thing I found was me saying that the server is kind of dead during the week. Is it just me or is banning someone over that kind of crazy? I tried to confirm if that was really the reason I was banned, but they haven't responded in more than a week. So, and then we actually get some context for this. Okay, so let's go to the Spaggies server rules, Wayward Jack. Okay, so this tracks with the actual email or whatever we saw. Okay, we saw Wayward something. So let's see. We run some DayZ standalone servers. If there's one thing to take away from this page is that we run the servers fair. Yeah, if you kill an admin, there's some servers that actually don't let their admins play. I know it's fucking insane, but some of them don't let you do that. So you want to be in that situation where you'd be killing the admin, where the admin could potentially have retribution against you. I'm just saying. Remember, no community server actually needs roles. That is rich coming from you motherfuckers who are banning people for simply expressing an opinion about your server. God damn. This is just our attempt to try and be fair. Yeah. Any community server can deny you playing on it for no reason at the drop of a hat. That is so true. The writing is on the wall there. Someone pays the bills, that someone can do whatever they want. You're goddamn right. And you can ban someone for saying literally 3 words about your server. Yeah, man, you sure fucking can. But it doesn't look great. Okay, now it goes on to it talks more about the game, creativity, interactions, blah, 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 bases. We keep our servers as vanilla as possible. Yeah, of course. They don't know when their servers restart. What? All right, man. Nighttime is a lot of fun. I agree with that. A lot of servers will just make nighttime 15 minutes and then you're able to find night vision within 15 minutes. So there's no fucking point to have night vision. There's no reason to be scared at night. There is no catch. Yeah, we'll see about that, man. We are quite old. Yeah, well, maybe your age is getting to you because some comments are evidently getting to you. Okay, now we start talking about the Spaggy servers actually being empty. And it actually does say, let's read this. The other side of this coin of of getting a shout out is that for some reason, streamers, the community seems to obsess about only play on full pop servers. They are right about that, which drives a population spoofing industry. That is right. If you've played DayZ for a while, you will know that servers will spoof their counts. They will bot their numbers to make it look like people are actually on the servers in order to actually have people play their servers. It is a nice little cycle. You know, it repeats over and over. It's vicious, but there's nothing we can do about it because this is the community we ourselves have made. They are fucking right about that one. Nothing we can do about it. I mean, we could just not use the things, but then nobody would join the servers, and then, you know, so how do you actually solve that situation? Anyway, if you run around saying Spaggy servers are empty, OMG, and haven't done anything to help fill them, we'll make our server -1 more. Either you're helping or you're not. So if you're saying, so what they're saying is here, if you say your servers fucking suck, there's nobody in them, they'll ban you. So they say it right there. We do not give a shit about whether the server has 2 people on it or has 50. Yeah, apparently you do, since you just said this. We do not give a shit about server rankings. Apparently you do. We generally not give a shit about that kind of thing. How can a server be dead? How can a server be dead? It can't. We would very much love for you to come and play on our servers. We would like you to have a great time, blah, 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 blah. Do not use text chat, use a mic. Damn, yeah, it is a game about interactions, but what if you don't have a mic, man? So you're gonna get banned for not having a mic? What the fuck? Not everybody has a mic, I get it, okay? You might have had a mic, it might have broken, okay? It's happened to me, fuck. Let someone play the goddamn game, bro. Fucking... It would seem to me, okay, if you're gonna say shit like this and just ban people for saying shit about your server, you would want everyone you can get, and that's regardless of whether or not they have a mic or not. Please don't use glitches, scripts, hacks, blah, blah, blah. Ban evasion, edgy, vac ban, okay. And they finish it off about saying, we are good mids, not bad mids. Yeah, we'll see about that, man. We will fucking see about that. And then they have just some, like, fucking incomprehensible thing here, man. We're just shoving as many curse words as possible into a thing to sound cool. What? Okay, first thing you see whenever you load in, please read the rules, don't be a dick. So yeah, according to these motherfuckers, they're saying that the Discord is kind of smug and whatnot. Let's see. Okay, so Spaggy starts talking. He says, our Chernar's Blue server is a top 200 server according to rankings. Well, guess what? So what happened to not caring about rankings? I thought you didn't care about that. If I gave a shit about pop, which I don't really, but you do because you're talking about player population in the rankings. So it's one or the other, man. Chernar's Green is 176th. Sounds dead to me. And then, of course, he says twat. So, very inconsistent. This is interesting. Okay, so he's saying this right now. This Discord has nothing to do with the servers. This Discord is where friends hang out and talk. We almost resent people talking about DayZ here. Okay, so they're doing their thing in the Discord. They're, you know, jerking themselves off. Understandable, that's what everybody always does. I don't give a fuck if the server has no one on it or if it's full. Again, he doesn't care. There's no difference either way. No, there's no difference. So people have been joining, asking about and telling me to chill out. This guy says when that dude that the mod your sub is kicking people for asking about other servers to play on because your server is dead during the day. You guys are really pathetic losers. Who's getting kicked? Spaggy asks. Yeah, that is a hell of a run-on sentence. I will agree with him there. That is a huge run-on sentence. Damn. There's some shit about a guy called Worm who called Spaggy a pedo. Apparently. Don't know anything about that, but that could be connected here. I have no idea. And of course, people were saying we can ban anyone we don't like, without reason. This isn't a democracy, of course, yeah. So this image keeps getting posted over and over and over. Keep asking about it. People who use People who use terms like servers are dead tend to fall outside of the people we want here, and since we're not a business, we don't need to cater to everyone. So I get it. You don't want people bad mouthing your server, but if somebody's just literally fucking saying something they might think and not being malicious, you're just gonna fucking do it for not for they don't think it's for no reason, but I mean they are doing it for basically no reason, man. This shit is crazy. Now here he does say he could have tried an appeal, probably notice on his screen it says to go do a thing. Yeah, he sure could have. Should he have to? No, but I mean, he's already in the situation he's in, you know what I mean? So all right, now I'll say something like this. I get you're upset. You probably joined on an alt or something, but being as vulgar as this is, I get it. You might be really pissed, but I mean, it doesn't give you a good look at all. If you're able to state what you want to say with, I don't know, gumption, have some fucking tact, I guess. Don't just like this, like blatantly insulting people right out of the gate isn't great. I think the message would come through a lot clearer if we didn't do stuff like this, just kind of like rated, but people were always going to do this sort of stuff anyway, you know?